Alrighty, welcome to a 4-on-4 cube draft. We've got great squads. It's weird, we always have great squads. That's because we only draft with the best of the best. Really just cube enthusiasts. I love it. If you ever wanted to get in on drafts, I've got both my own Discord, which runs free cube drafts all the time, including a free cube draft league. You can message me or take a look. I've tweeted out the Discord link. And if you're interested in joining Frog's Discord, shoot me a message too, and we can chat. In any case, we are here to watch some cube, and I'm here to first pick a demonic consultation. Well, it's that or Mish's workshop. How deranged is he? How much can he dictate the workshop? Well, I think demonic consultation is a better first pick. I do want to note that this version of the cube, we're using LSV Cube V2. If you wanted to check it out on Cube Cobra, that is no initiative. So the 7 initiative cards have been removed. A few changes different. And I'm going to take demonic consultation. I assume Will's going to take Bloodstained Mire. There's Torsten and Vaultborn Tyrant for big sneak things. Ooh, Bonnie Paul's a kind of nice one too. Pillage the Bog might wheel though. And I think first picking a consultation can be pretty nice though. If I had taken Workshop, I could take a Candelabra in deranged fashion. I'm going to take Jace Verdant's Prodigy. It's great in any demonic consultation type deck. Better than Corpse Dance or Dark Slick Shores, passing a Marchesa, Luminarch Aspirant, a Sickest Chariot. Yeah, that's all well and good. It's just powerful to start with demonic consultation and look for Thassa's Oracle primarily, though Jace Wielder of Mysteries would also be a pretty nice one. And I mean, this pack isn't even that strong. I think the two best cards in the pack I just passed were Jace and Luminarch. So there's a Kappa Cannoneer. I love that card. Here's a new one, Smirking Spelljacker. 4 and a blue, 3/3 flash flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile one of their spells. So their spell's just gone, countered. Not even countered, like it can exile things like an Emrakul or whatever. And when this attacks, if there's a card exiled with it, you get to cast it for free. It's actually a really sick card. There's a lot of good blue cards here. There's also Upheaval and Saheeli and Subtlety. Also Baleful Strix. I kind of want all these cards. I love me a name sticker goblin, but we're not doing that right now. Had I taken the Workshop, Kappa Cannoneer would be in. I think, given what I have, I should take either Subtlety or Smirking Spelljacker. I think Baleful Strix is also pretty good, but I'm interested in playing with the Smirking Spelljacker here. Let's see if this bears fruit. And here there's a Fairy Mastermind, a Lotus Field, a Cheon Land. I don't really like fourth picking Fairy Masterminds. There's also a Rafine that could come back, I mean, the best card in the pack is like Seasoned Pyromancer and Oust. Those are both quite strong. Duels are also good if you're in those colors. I don't think white is like the most common color I would pair with these things. I think I'm just going to take the Fairy Mastermind. Okay, and now there's Basalt Monolith and Daze and Sheldock Isle. I like all of them, but I think I've got a Sheldock here. Sheldock in a consultation style deck can be pretty sick. Actually, a combo. If you had something that would win under Sheldock, you could just consult your whole deck away in order to use the Sheldock. Or you could just consult and name a card you wanted to get in your hand to not like completely try to mill yourself out and use Sheldock. I think that's better than taking Basalt, though. We could have had actually a pretty nice Workshop deck, I just want to say. I do like Daze as well, but I think Sheldock, given the cards I have so far, is going to be more powerful. Here, there's the Forensic Gadgeteer. I might take it anyway and try to wheel Basalt, though Basalt just doesn't wheel that much. There's also Jeweled Amulet, which is kind of nice at speeding some of this stuff up. Maybe I should take that. I don't think I want Walking Ballista that much. It's a nice infinite mana sink with Gadgeteer. No, let's just take the Moons over Miami here. I think Jeweled Amulet to speed this deck up is going to be a little bit better than taking the Gadgeteer because I don't think Basalt's going to wheel. Here, well, there's some good cards. That Workshop deck. I think Duelist of the Mind looks kind of interesting. I don't know how good I'm going to be at committing crimes, but I don't really want Research Desk or Mind Stone all that much. So let's just keep taking blue cards. Can't really go wrong. If blue does seem open. Like Artifacts definitely could have been open, but I think, or like is open, but blue also seems pretty open. Just get a lot of interesting cards. Oh, there's Imperial Seal and Jite. Jite is actually getting a little interesting when I have Nathan and Fairy Mastermind, but I think Imperial Seal with these kind of cards, with the Consult and like Jace and Sheldock, I feel like I could get something going with Imperial Seal. If Basalt Monolith wheels, I'll be annoyed I didn't take Forensic Gadgeteer into like Mishra's Research Desk, but I think this looks pretty good to me. All right, and here, Pillage the Bog did wheel, but I've taken so many blue cards, I actually think I'm going to take Dig through time, and here's why. Dig is secretly a really good combo with Consultation. So what you can do is you can dig and put the card you want on the bottom, and then you can consult for it. And especially if it's Oracle or Jace, it actually sets that combo up, because then you just consult naming Thassa's Oracle and it's your last card. Also, it's good with all these looters I have. So I think Dig is the pick. Darkslick, easily. There's a Candelabra there, but yeah, this is clearly a Darkslick Shores. That's a great wheel, because I'm basically mono blue with these two black tutors. And obviously Thassa's Oracle is a Windmill Slam here. Oh man, I love a Cannoneer. Shouldn't be here, but Baleful Strix looks a lot better for what I'm doing here. So I've already passed the Candelabra, which makes Lotus Field pretty dubious. It's Frantic Search would be the only thing. I think I'm going to take Scavenging Ooze, because that's the card I least want to play against. And then here, I could take Vault of Whispers or a Call Pakal. Neither's that likely, or I could hate Esper Sentinel. Maybe I take a Call Pakal in case I'm passing Will Artifacts. And maybe I get enough artifacts, those come back. I'll take Eternal Wonder. I'm not playing Lava Spur Boots, I don't think. Shadow Spirit, oh, the Cannoneer person could have had them both. All right, going into pack 2. A lot of cards I could use here. This isn't really any of them, though Limduel's Vault's a nice addition. To spare you from looking at this tiny little Alliances text, it's blue-black. You look at the top 5 cards of your deck and put them in any order on top. But if you don't like them, you can pay a life, put them on the bottom, and go again. And you can keep doing that. So it's actually a really powerful tutor. And between Mystical and Limduel's Vault, I'm interested, but I'll just take Polluted Delta. And then if one of those wheels, like Limduel's Vault has a decent chance of wheeling, especially since there's like Bolt, Shieldred's Edict, Wandering Emperor, Raugrin Triumph. These are all pretty much locks to get taken. In any case, I got to take Polluted Delta here. I would like to be able to play all my stuff effectively, but here there's a Vamp. There's also a Misty Rainforest, but this looks like a Vamp deck. I do need to find some ways to actually finish, but now that I have a bunch of tutors, I feel like I have a pretty good shot at doing that. Oh, and there we go. There's Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Look, I love Lurrus, and actually, oh, wait a second. This could be such a sick Lurrus start, but I think Jace with Demonic Consultation, 2 tutors, Dig, I gotta just take the Jace. Pains me to pass with Dismembered and Lurrus here, but Jace is definitely the pick. And then now probably Frantic Search. I think Frantic Search could be good. It's good with Jace Vryn's Prodigy. It's good at milling yourself out. I don't really want Unmarked Grave or Lively Dirge. I don't think Archive to Fetch is going to be quite as good. It's also, Frantic Search is also really nice with Dig. And then maybe Drown in the Lock comes back. Who knows? Ooh, I do like Creeping Tar Pit, Vendilion Click, and Fatal Push. There's also a Tali. I have such a good setup for Reanimate that if I found Reanimator cards, this could work really well. Just having 2 tutors really works. 2.5 with Consultation. But Creeping Tar Pit also is kind of a banger. Let's just take the Tar Pit. When I try to play these decks, especially if I want to put Doomsday in the deck, which if Doomsday gets opened, I'll likely see it. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries goes a long way. And Doomsday, sorry. They're very color intensive. Creeping Tar Pit goes a long way. Definitely have to take Counterspell here. I love Undercity Sewers, but I just took a tapped blue-black land. And Counterspell is having a little bit of interaction is pretty useful. I don't have any creature removal. I have a Counterspell. I have a Smirking Spellcaster or Spelljacker, and I have a Baleful Strix as kind of defensive measures. So wouldn't mind a little bit more there. All right, and here, there's a Lethal Scheme. It's 2 black, convoke, destroy a creature or planeswalker, and it connives all the creatures that convoked it. I think I probably will take that. I do like the Surveil lands, and I hope to pick one up, but Lethal Scheme, I have some cheap creatures to try to convoke it. Seems like the card I want over Reprieve and No More Lies. 2 counters there. Oh, and there's a Thassa's Oracle, pick 8. All right. Sorry, Night's Whisper. Sorry, Teferi, Echo Vians. We have done it. And that is why you first picked Demonic Consultation. All right. This deck just became the nuts. I mean, having Jace, Oracle, Demonic Consultation with 2 tutors, and then like good mana and like Frantic Search and Dig. Like we are really doing it here. This deck is now a certified banger. All right. Actually, this is a tough one because Shieldred's Edict, Limduel's Vault, and Cryptic all look pretty good in this deck. But Limduel's Vault, at the end you shuffle all your cards too, except for the top 5. So if I have one of the combo, it can just find the other one. Yeah, I'm going to try. This has to be a Limb Duels Vault deck if there ever was one. And then, do I care about passing Thalia, Flickerwisp? Do I want Godless Shrine? Like, if I picked up a Balance or something, I could see playing it. I don't know. I don't really... I guess hating Thalia could work, but I didn't even really get the sense that Updraft was playing white, so... Luris Wield? Okay. You know, I'll take Luris, and it's not zero that I want to cut Jace Wielder of Mysteries and just go without. All right, perfect. Drown the Lock wheeling was really nice. So is Vendilion Click. Probably not playing Luris Companion, but you never know. Oh, Tidehall of Sculler is a card I could splash, and I don't care too much about having an Interrupter there. All right. So going into pack 3, I'm not really missing anything. Like Doomsday would be nice if I can get some rituals to cast it. Obviously, picking up like any piece of power would just make the deck stronger, but in terms of what this deck actually needs, it's kind of got it all. Like I know what I could use. I could use Thoughtseize, Inquisition, Duress, that sort of thing. So I would like to pick up maybe a piece of Hand Disruption or something. Well, there is an Inquisition. There's also a Time Twister. I really do like Time Twister in decks with a bunch of tutors, because sometimes you just need to reset. And Time Twister does that. Like, I don't know, when you mold a 5 and then your opening hand has a vamp, you can just vamp for Time Twister. So I kind of want to just take Time Twister over Inquisition, though Inquisition would be really good. It's great with Nathan because it triggers him. It's great with Jace. I did pick up that Vendilion Click. That much is true. Inquisition is also nice with Drown in the Lock and with Dig Through Time. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of talking myself into Inquisition over Time Twister here, which isn't a pick I would normally make, but kind of feel like that's what this deck wants. It just needs to be a little faster. All right, there's Brain Freeze, but not really a Brain Freeze deck. There's Watery Grave. Oh, boy, we could use a Watery Grave. Watery Grave is great. Passing a Fable, so be it. And I'm not too worried about the Brain Freeze. And then here, there's a Thieving Skydiver I'm not that interested in. There's a Solitude going the other way. Maybe I just take the Skydiver. I don't even think I'm going to try to play Leovold here. I could hate like Endurance or Solitude. I'm just not that confident I know what colors or people are around me to the point where I would feel like Solitude is a great hate. Maybe Jessie's playing white, though she doesn't play white that often. I mean, Skydiver is a pretty strong card. There's a decent chance Will is playing Artifacts. Let's just take the Skydiver, though I'm not like thrilled about it. Oh, here, I think I want to take Baleful Mastery because it actually hoses me. Baleful Mastery, when you go for the Oracle or Jace kill, kills you because it forces you to draw a card when you have no cards in your deck. Karavik also is kind of nice, but I think this one will probably wheel. Not that Baleful Mastery wouldn't, but... All right, this has been a pretty weak pack 3. I picked up Inquisition, Watery Grave, and then 2 cards I didn't really care about, but we could still see... I could still get a Duress or a Remand or a Mana Leak here. It's getting like a little bit less likely, of course. Lion's Eye Diamond would be kind of interesting. Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Doomsday. These are all cards that would make the deck better, but honestly, the deck is pretty close to done, so I'm not that concerned either way. Ooh, and there's that Mana Leak. There we go. I would have played Collective Brutality in this deck too, but Mana Leak is just a windmill slam, so... And I think I could just play Luris in this deck. Bauble also nice with Luris, by the way. The Jeweled Amulet looking good, because this deck has no acceleration besides that. I mean, right now, this is 17 lands plus a Jeweled Amulet, which looks pretty good to me. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't hate another fetch land. I'm sad that I had to pass the blue-black Surveil land, but it must be done. I mean, I have Counterspell, Mana Leak, Inquisition. I've got Baleful Mastery and Lethal Scheme. I've got Baleful Strix. I have it in Vendilion Click. I have a pretty good amount of interaction. And then the Spelljacker can also do some work there. Okay, here, there's Tidebinder as interaction. True Name has kind of a blocker, though I guess if I have True Name plus Mastermind and Duelist of the Mind and Vendilion Click, I could like put together a bit of a beatdown deck. Don't need any of the lands. I could also take Soul Guide Lantern because it just hoses Reanimator. Or I could take Preacher of the Schism. I think I like Preacher more than True Name in this deck. Just because this is also a pretty... I mean, they're both pretty good blockers, but Preacher can get you value even when you don't care about their life total that much, just by attacking. So I might just take Preacher over Tishana's Tidebinder. I feel like Preacher does more what this deck's looking for. Oh, wow. And now there's Stern Scolding, and Andothy Voidwalker, and Time Warp. I think I just want Stern Scolding. this isn't really a Time Warp deck. Dauthi Voidwalker is fine, and I have pretty good mana for it, but I feel like I'd rather just take the faster card. That one's close, though. All right, so now we're a couple cards over. We have a decent amount of ways to commit crimes, it feels like. Oh, Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, so Echo of Eons is gone. What does Lion's Eye do for me here? Probably not as much as Unearth is actually my guess. LED can be good in some situations, but it's kind of hard for this deck to set it up, I feel like. I guess I would be like cast Dig Through Time in response, crack LED, that sort of thing, but that's like about the only card that works that way. Whereas Unearth with like Oracle, Luris, V-Click, Preacher, yeah, all these things, I think Unearth actually looks really good here. And then I could take Turok, because Turok is a pretty good card against White Weenie and really good if you can cast it for triple black. With 4 blue-black lands, I feel pretty well, like I'm pretty well set up to do that. Honestly, I might just Luris at this point. What if I cut Preacher? I cut the Jace, but I still have the Thassa's Oracle kill, which is just better. And I have all these ways to bring it back. Yeah, that makes me want to take Turok as well. All right, Brain Freeze came back. I guess I will take it. Or I could hate the Moloch or the Night Scythe. I think BK is more likely to play Moloch than Will. I'll take the Brain Freeze. I don't really think I'm going to play it. And I'll take Endurance at the very least because that messes up my combo. Yeah, losing these expensive cards doesn't really bother me too much. And I still have plenty of ways to win here. Yeah, I kind of like it. Like, Vendilion Click and Preacher are both pretty replaceable. I mean, the Spelljacker sounds good, but I think I can live without it. And then I have a lot of good cards to bring back here. This seems kind of decent. We'll see what my team thinks when in deck building, but I'm kind of leaning towards just playing Luris because I've got a lot of ways to set up the Oracle kill. I don't really need the Jace that badly. Wish I took Dismember now. Though I wheeled the Luris out of that pack. That was wild. And, I mean, I don't really think I'm going to play Kaervek the Punisher in this deck regardless, so I guess I'll take the Tamiyo, the Donto Vanguard. I'll just take the Tamiyo. I don't know. Hate Elspeth or hate Boseiju. I guess I'll hate the Elspeth. Oh, and then there's a Tidebinder here that I'm probably not going to play, but you never know. Okay, let's get to deck building. This is an interesting one. All right, after consulting with the oracles, and by that I mean my team, yeah, I'm going to run the Luris. I think it's pretty clear, actually. Like, missing out on a Spelljacker and a Jace, Vendilion Click, Tidebinder, Preacher, which I'd also just have to cut cards for, doesn't seem worth it when this looks like a pretty strong Luris deck, and the Oracle with a bunch of tutors should be good enough. So this deck looks really good to me. We'll see. It's missing not much. Like, yeah, could have used a Duress, could have used a Force of Will or something, but otherwise looks pretty fantastic. And my team's decks are good too. Let's take a look. Strider's got a nice big red deck. Lutri Companion, which is great with Pyrokinesis. Seething Song and Namesticker Goblin into Glorybringer Noise Marine. We're actually going to get the Manamorphose in so you can Seething Song, Manamorphose, and Gitrog. Green Suns to get Dryad Arbor, Huatli, Glissa, Oddity, Gitrog, or Hexdrinker and Ignoble. Simian Spirit Guide to speed him up a little bit. Lelia, FTK, Emberwild Captain, Headliner Scarlet. Yeah, this deck's nice. I like it. BK, of course, has a classic Inspiring Vantage Leovold deck, but he's got Ancestral, Mystical, Reanimate, Thoughtseize, Swords, Flash with Primus, Anatoly, and Bonnie Paul. Chaos Defiler, he's got the Force of Will and the Grief. Yeah, this deck looks really good too. I'm assuming his mana works. I'm not going to get into it. And then Jessie regrets that she didn't take the Kappa Cannoneer, but still has a very nice artifact deck here with Urza Saga, Mana Crypt, Chrome Mox, bunch of cheap artifacts, Saheeli, Chromehost Seed Shark, True Name, Carnage Interpreter is really nice. Really good Legion Extruder deck as well. And Subtlety and Mystic Confluence are some pretty good high end. So, oh, Ragavan and Ponder too. Just got it all. All right, I like our decks, and let's get to round one. Alrighty, I would in fact like to reveal Luris playing against Janara 19. And this is turn 3 kill here. I have to find a land, but I get to go turn 1 Imperial Seal for Demonic Consultation. Turn 2, if I've drawn a land, I'll probably just leave up Counterspell. And then turn 3, Oracle plus Consult. This combo's silly, but I don't know. I like having high-powered combos in the cube. Playing against green is also good news generally. Oh, Inquisition. Yeah, let's just Inquisition here. I feel like this slows us down, but gotta slow him down too. Oh, taking Sandstorm Salvager and leaving a hand of lands plus Golos. Okay, he could have Mishra's Workshop in his deck. I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, Elves of Deep Shadow. Okay, draw. Given his hand, I should just Imperial Seal for Demonic Consultation here. And then just pass. If he draws a hand disruption spell, then yeah, that would be bad. But that's like about the only thing. Maybe a Strip Mine or something would be kind of annoying. Land. Oracle. And boom. Get him. All right, we're going to do Abandon Hope here, I think, is what we're going to name. And we got game one. All right, sideboarding against black-green. Yeah, I think we're good to go. All right, time for game two. Reveal Luris, and this is a turn 3 kill. I'm going to Limduel's Vault into Demonic Consult, or into Thassa's Oracle. That's my plan, at least. Sadly, I didn't get to set up the dig through time, put Oracle on the bottom, win that way. Oh man, I even have Mana Leak up, which slows the kill down by a turn because I'm not casting the Limduel's Vault, but does give me a little bit of interaction. I think just this deck is just really sick, is what it is. Granted, green-black mid-range is not usually the hardest deck to defeat, though. Demonic Tutor means probably getting disrupted at some point. Janara had a really bad draw. I mulliganed into a bad draw, so that's not really a reflection of the archetype that much. I recently 3-0'd with a nice little green-black deck, but not having hand disruption on deck, which BK has the Thoughtseize, I have the Inquisition. You could definitely have Duress and Mind Twist, those kinds of cards. Oh, Strip Mine. Yeah, Strip Mine's pretty good. That is a kind of disruption that can definitely beat me here. So let's cast Limduel's Vault. Yes, I'll pay a life. Any order. Do I wish to pay life? Yes. What I want to find is Thassa's Oracle and hopefully a Swamp. Okay, Thassa's Oracle, Polluted Delta. No. So let's draw. I mean, I guess I just draw Polluted Delta. So pile on. Jeweled Amulet, Shelldock, Oracle, Delta. And then I'm going to go Island, go, have Mana Leak up. And then next turn I get to draw Oracle and have the combo. Wow, Limduel's Vault, extremely strong in this deck. Okay. I just got to tutor for an Oracle plus a black source. Granted, when you're tutoring for a land, it's a little easier. Let's just Mana Leak the... Actually, hold on. Let's just Stern Scolding the Grist. Even better. No real reason to let that be. Swamp. Oracle. Consult. All right. I will agree it's a little silly, but competitive cube. All right. Let's get some balls of fire in there. And yeah, that is round one. All right. Our match was so quick. We're going to do a live look-in. We're watching BK battle against Will here. So BK's on the top. He's up a game with his kind of 5-color Reanimator blue-black deck. And looks like BK mulled to 6 here. Pretty lucky. Normally I mulled to 5. After I just had 2 insane draws. Turn 1 Workshop Go is an interesting one. Turn 1 Ancestral, discard to hand size. Oh, there we go. Woodfall Primus. I knew it. Are we going to exhume here on turn 2, BK? What's going on? Uh-oh, what is this? Mystic Forge? Okay. Mystic Forge go, but not tap the top. Interesting. Well, that means the top card's probably a land. Oh, it looks like Will also did some mulliganing. I mean, if BK has the exhume here, I think he kind of has this in the bag. What do you kill here? It's kind of interesting. My inclination is to kill the Mishra's Workshop, but we'll see what BK thinks. I just kind of feel like, oh, there's a Reanimate, not Exhume. Slightly worse. You get to have to pay 8 life. But, oh, now he exiles the top card. Doesn't want Forest anymore. Interesting. I just think that a Mystic Forge by itself isn't that likely to cast a bunch of stuff. Will's exiling Plains, Forest, and that's it. A live look-in on BK winning very easily. All right, let's keep going. All right, time for round 2. We're actually playing against Will right now. And I will keep this hand. I get to Imperial Seal for part of my combo, but I'm not going to fire that off right away. I'm going to first just play Watery Grave and then play Baleful Strix and see if I can find either half of the combo so I can Imperial Seal for the other half. And Will mold to 5, but has Workshop. That's like an unmulligan. It's 3 lands in 1, assuming you have cards to go with it. And that's like a Warhammer Mindstone, it looks like. Yeah, into Talisman. All right, I mean, that's a pretty nice little start there. Let's see, Dig Through Time. I don't think I want Imperial Seal. There's just nothing that I want to get right here. If I had a Wasteland, I guess I would consider it. At some point, like a Thieving Skydiver could be nice. Okay, it's got no 5-drop artifact. That's nice at least. Oh, Duelist of the Mind. Let's just go Baleful Strix here. I don't have any way to commit a crime in hand currently, so I'd rather just draw. Stern Scolding is probably not going to be the best in this particular game. Let's see if Will cracks the Mind Stone. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. And Jessie has Coveted Jewel in her sideboard, so that one's gone. Will does have a Kappa Cannoneer in his deck. That one would be pretty annoying to deal with. I'd be pretty far from doing so. This looks like, oh, a Memory Jar. Okay. Memory Jar, I guess I don't mind overall. Could set up this Dig Through Time really nicely. Let's Polluted Delta and hit. And I think I am actually gonna... I'm not going to Imperial Seal because I assume Jar's getting cracked next turn. I'm not going to play Nathan. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. And the reason is, after the Jar resolves, like, see, I assume that Will's going to Jar here. It just would be kind of strange not to. And then I'll crack Delta for an island first. And then the Jar resolves. I probably won't play anything from the Jar hand, but then at the end of turn, I get this hand back and the Jar hand's discarded. My graveyard's full and I Dig Through Time, and I can probably kill him on the following turn, I would imagine, because Dig Through Time will, if I just find Consult or Oracle, I guess I don't have a way to draw a card in addition to for the Imperial Seal. It is worse than Vamp. Okay, Upkeep. I'm just going to crack this just in case. I don't want to draw all my islands. Not that that's super likely. I could also find Vamp in this hand. Yeah. And if I discarded Consult, that would be annoying. But if discarding Thassa's Oracle would not be. So I kind of don't want to cast Frantic Search, given that. Vamp and Limdul's Vault don't really combo. And I have that Dig Through Time, so I'm probably going to do is Vamp for... That's interesting. I don't have Unearth in hand. Let's see what Will does. See if I have to do something. Okay, Basalt Monolith is fine. So he doesn't have Gadgeteer yet, though he could. He could have Gadgeteer here. Gadgeteer infinite mana. So now we're in a slightly different spot. I could Frantic Search and look for Mana Leak. I probably have to do that. I have my Stern Scolding in my other hand, funnily enough. Okay, Oracle. Well, I can't do anything else here. So if he can beat me with infinite mana here, then I can't do anything. But now I can probably win on my next turn pretty easily. Okay, Will says I told him he's got infinite mana. That's fine. He doesn't have a clean kill, so he's going to make some mana for a while. So I'll let him do that. All right, here comes Nettle Cyst, which gets a clue, so that not only puts something big into play, but that doesn't matter for my purposes. Like, if he passes the turn, I'm going to win, because what I'm going to do is go Vamp for, I guess, Demonic Consultation. It's either Demonic Consultation or Unearth. They're both kind of similar. And then Dig Through Time. No, I'm gonna hit one, and have a pretty good chance of hitting the other. So I guess I don't necessarily win, but I've got a pretty good shot. The other thing I can find, do I have a lot of cantrips in this deck? I guess I don't have a ton. is if I found a way to cantrip, I could Imperial Seal for one of the cards I'm missing. Okay, he's cracking another clue here. Another clue, I mean, one of the things I like about the Gadgeteer, why it's so much better than Kinnan. Actually, I gotta cut Kinnan from the cube if I haven't already. I cut it in some of my lists. I'm now like running multiple different cube lists, you know. One of the reasons I think the Gadgeteer is so much better than Kinnan, besides just being mono blue and easier to cast, you get infinite mana here, then all your artifacts give you clues, so you have a bunch of draws to find something to do with that infinite mana. All right, looks like he's gonna cast Pest Infestation for a million. There's a million pests in play. That is fine with me. Let's see if he wants to kill the Baleful Strix while we're at it. I don't have a way to stop that. All right. He's got lethal pests in play and hopefully not a whole lot more. All right. Basalt Monolith. Untaps a few more times here. Into the One Ring. Okay. That's pretty good. He's going to draw, look for a... But I guess if he has Walking Ballista in his deck, that does it. But the One Ring actually doesn't stop the Thassa's Oracle kill. So what are my odds of winning here? It's by far from a lock. I need to find 2 cards. I'm going to put one on top, and then I'm going to dig, and I have 7 looks with dig. But let me look real quick at my deck. Do I have any cantrips? I guess I just don't. I'm just trying to think if... Oh, the Frankster's already gone. I'm trying to think if I put... if I have Imperial Seals or any way to get the card out of it that turn. I don't think so. Oh, geez. Okay, Mystic Forge. That gives you a lot more looks. I'm starting to think that I might just be dead here. We'll see. All right, and here's Grim Monolith. I mean, he's between Mystic Forge and the clues. I feel like he can see almost his entire deck here. So it's going to be tough. But if he doesn't have Walking Ballista in his deck, I don't know. Oh, no, Jesse has the Walking Ballista. So I mean, I think if he just puts a bunch of stuff into play, that doesn't really bother me. All right, here's the Sickest Chariot, sure. Down to 1 clue, plus the Mystic Forge hasn't been tapped yet. So there is that. He can't Time Warp, funnily enough. I don't know if he has that in his pool, but Time Warp targets, unlike Time Walk. So the One Ring protection stops that from working, which I think is quite funny. All right, and here goes Kappa Cannoneer. Sure. Get to investigate again. Out of blue mana now, it looks like. All right. Cracking the clue. Drawing a card. Still has a lot of colorless mana, but this tapped relic has used Lotus Petal. The lands are tapped. I guess Will hasn't actually played a land yet. Okay, still got ways to go, I guess. All right, here's a Phyrexian Metamorph. So, I mean, Will's going to get to see basically every card in his deck now, because he can copy the One Ring, and... Oh, he copied Coalition Relic. Sure, if you need mana, that also makes sense. One Ring is just 1 extra card. You do have Clue Token, plus still hasn't tapped the Mystic Forge, so keeps liking the card on top, I guess. Okay, there's a Seed of the Synod. So now I've got plenty of colored mana, actually. And we'll see what that converts into. I wonder if I should side in Brain Freeze. Though I guess it wouldn't have even worked this turn because of the One Ring. Just kind of funny. He's played 13 spells already. All right, here's Talisman of Curiosity. This is about the deepest I've ever seen someone go on Forensic Gadgeteer without winning already. It's pretty wild. Pretty good stuff. Is this like Time Twister? I think he's got a Time Twister in his deck. I mean, Time Twister would certainly change things around. I would get another look at a different hand, and maybe that hand could go off. But, whoa, what is this? All right, Monolith is going. Oh, is this Upheaval? If it's Upheaval, then yeah, I just lose. I don't think I have a way out there. I mean, I guess I could Vamp for Unearth. So if I Vamp for Unearth, And then I hope to just draw Demonic Consultation. Yeah, I guess that's something. All right. I'm probably dead here. So if I vamp for Unearth and then he replays Kappa Cannon, no, we're just dead. Okay. After all that, the upheaval was good. All right. This is a matchup where like I could see Tidebinder or Smirking Spelljacker be good and Luris not be good. Like I'm not really grinding him out with Luris, though I do like the Fairy Mastermind still. So I think I actually will put in Smirking Spelljacker, Jace, Vendilion Click, Tidebinder. I think I'm just going to not play the Luris. I'm not going to play Turok, I don't think. Stern Scolding's still good. Duelist of the Mind looks less good. Same with Fairy Mastermind, I think. And I could cut the Jeweled Amulet because of Pest Infestation, but I don't think... That doesn't sound great. And then I'm on 18 lands here, plus Jeweled Amulet. I think I can probably go down one of those. Let's see. I could also just cut Baleful Strix. That also didn't seem like it was going to be very good. All right. Yeah, let's try this. All right. The rare Present Companion into not Present Companion. Oh, and the very nice turn 3 kill here. So here I'm going to go turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Seal for Thassa's Oracle, and then turn 3 wins the game. So this probably is going to be good enough against Will here. Okay, we'll multi 5 again. An aggressive mulliganer, this one. Okay, Fable, Lotus Petal, Talisman. I'm just going to take Lotus Petal. Not a great sign for Will, but you know, I'm just looking to kill quickly, so I don't really care about Fable very much. And let's Imperial Seal here for Thassa's Oracle, pass the turn. And if he draws a land to play Talisman, that's one thing. Oh, he does not. All right, well, we both got our combos on. All right, Oracle. In response, Consultation. And Rocket Ship to the moon. All right, going to game 3 here. Let this resolve. I even have the Tidebinder. Wow, I didn't realize, like, I have all, and the Baleful Master. I even have all the anti-Oracle technology. And, yeah, I think I like how we're set up. I mean, Fable's a good one, but I don't think I need to change anything because of that. All right, game 3. Yeah, I will keep this hand. Will's mulling again. It doesn't have double blue, which is kind of a shame, but I have a Consultation. I can cycle this Unearth, and V-Click's also pretty good against him. Rolled a 5 again? Okay. Oh, Jeweled Amulet. What a draw. This was like drawing a Mox Sapphire. Huh. Amazing. Because I would get to charge this with blue and play V-Click onto. Okay. I'm going to draw. I'm planning on draw stepping here. Moon's over Miami here. Draw. Counterspell, huh? Let's just pass then, and I think counterspelling one of his plays is going to be better than using V-Click. Talisman's fine. And if he does nothing, I think I'm going to go V-Click, end of turn. V-Click U. Upheaval? No, that's fine. Upheaval's pretty far away from being good here. Let's just send. And I'm not that worried about this Restless Vinestock getting me either. Like, if he wants to start bashing for 5, I'm okay with that. I just think Upheaval is just not that good with the mana sources he has. Fable I will definitely counter if that's what's coming out here. Time Twister. No, I don't think that's a good... He's got Upheaval as his last card. I think this is totally fine. Let's put a counter on the Jeweled Amulet. And if I find Oracle, I just win. Oh, Tishana's Tidebinder. Okay. It's also a nice one. Let's just send... And I'm just going to not tap mana because if he wants to Upheaval, I want to be able to like recast Vendilion Click or what have you. I'll allow the hedge maze surveilling. And let's cycle the unearth first, see what I find here. Shauna's Tidebinder. No, it doesn't really make sense to play at end of turn. Drown in the Lock. Okay. That one's just okay. I mean, basically, if he upheavals here, I get to replay both my creatures, which I think is fine. I also have a Demonic Consultation that I could fire off for some reason, but I don't really need to do that. I mean, at this point, Animating Vinestalk doesn't do anything. Fractured Identity. Huh. Yeah, I guess that's acceptable. And I think I'm going to Tidebinder it. Let's see who he targets. If he targets himself, well, he's targeting me. I'm just going to Tidebinder it. Seems fine. Okay, and the V-Click doesn't even have flying anymore. Draw. Okay. I mean, if I don't draw another spell this game, I guess, yeah, I might lose. Pass the turn here. So now we can upheaval and Tidebinder. Or sorry, upheaval and I can replay Tidebinder. The reason I don't want to trade here is because I kept a card on top. Hopefully it's one that costs 3. Is if he upheavals, I want to be able to replay a creature. Interesting. Baleful Mastery. I don't think... So I could attack here now and trade, because that would make Drown the Lock counter a 4-drop. But don't really think I want to do that. It's the one ring. Yeah, all right. I guess that would have countered that. I just didn't really want to trade off the Tidebinder. I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. If I can just find any tutor or oust, sure. All right. Time to just draw Oracle or Jace. I sided in Jace as well, so I have both. The way I've been losing some of these games recently has really been impressive, I'll be honest. I have 9 lands here, I guess. Sure, draw some cards. I mean, the upheaval is good, but not going to do too much here. Since the Oracle, especially with Jeweled Amulet, the Oracle kills pretty fast, so it doesn't really change that much. I don't really have much to bring back. All right, hitting with V-Click is fine. I mean, Drown the Lock could do something here. If I draw Jace or Oracle, I just win. If I draw Imperial Seal or Vamp, it's like a little bit dodgy because I have to wait a turn, and I don't. Unfortunately, Baleful Mastery can't draw me a card under any circumstances. It's not how that one works. So we'll see. He's got 4 cards in hand. One's an upheaval for 8 mana. He'd have 2 mana floating after upheaval. That's not that great. I mean, I don't even know if I would counter upheaval if I could, given the circumstances. I do wish I had attacked and traded to counter the One Ring, but I thought that would put me a little bit weaker to upheaval than I liked. Okay. Looks like we're getting upheavaled, though. All right. So be it. And he's got to have mana floating. I'm just going to float all my mana. Why not? I think I might just Drown in the Lock this Talisman. Because then he can't play another Talisman this turn with the mana that I've seen. Obviously, he could have found Mishra's Workshop or something. All right. I think this upheaval is actually good for me. Because now I get to go Jeweled Amulet, charge it. If I draw Oracle, I still win very, very soon. I guess I knew I was drawing the Tidebinder. Okay, Swamp, Island. Swamp, I guess. I don't have like Doomsday in my deck, and I have Jace. And then now he can play Land Talisman, presumably. All right. charge it with blue. And I even have Tishana's Tidebinder, which now stops the One Ring. All right, another land. Cool, cool. I actually think I'm doing fine here, but I need to draw not lands if that's possible. Okay, here comes the One Ring, sure. I mean, I have Tidebinder in hand. You ousted it, so I wouldn't recommend. All right, I mean, that works for me. One Ring, counter that, and then I get to even attack here. Okay, Lotus Petal, sure. All right, any oracles? Any oracles? Oh, but that's not an oracle, but that is a Jace. So now I get to, oh, it doesn't actually matter because the One Ring gave protection even though the Tidebinder stopped it. Now with Jeweled Amulet, I get to charge the amulet and play Jace. Oh, is this Kappa Cannoneer? Oh yeah, you don't want to sack the Lotus, but you want to improvise with it. Well, let's just let this happen, sure. No reason to tap the amulet yet. All right, and then barring, I mean, we have Subtlety, we have Force of Will, we have Daze, that I don't know. I don't think Will has Daze in his deck. All right. Put a counter on the amulet. Now I draw the Vamp. It's a blue amulet, sure. So let's go Jace. Demonic Consultation. It's a good Data Pi. And then Jace myself. Whew, what a match. We got there in the end, though. Whew, boy, I'm glad I did not take Jeweled Amulet out of the deck. That won me that game entirely post-upheaval. It was so good. It basically was a Mox. So one more round, 2-0 start. You love to see it. Alrighty, time for round 3 against Nachito, who I think is actually 2-0, thanks to Black Lotus steamrolling my teammates. And here, oh man, I guess I'll have to just keep a turn 3 kill again. Yeah. This has been the most Oracle Consult deck I've ever drafted, and this might be the best deck I've had this year that does not have a single piece of power. I mean, honestly, if you added a Black Lotus or a Time Walk to this deck, it might just be the best deck I had this year. It's just been so efficient. Yeah, let's go Imperial Seal. I'm going to select Thassa's Oracle. That's what I'm going to select. And I'm going to pass the turn. Boy, I hope he doesn't Lotus out a bunch of Tireless Trackers. If Nachito doesn't play anything, I'm just going to play Duelist of the Mind here. I don't really need to run into a counter spell or whatever if he's leaving mana up. I have the Endurance in my sideboard, which is nice. Endurance can mess this up sometimes, though I guess it doesn't actually mess it up this early, because if I went Oracle Consult and he Enduranced me, I'd have 2 cards in my deck, and as long as the Oracle stayed in play, that would work still. Yeah, maybe I Imperial Sealed for Nathan. Maybe that's what I did. Containment Priest. Oh, that was the play. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I can take 3. The Containment Priest doesn't actually do anything against me. I guess it stops this Unearth. And if that answers the question of why he left mana up, then that's great. If he doesn't play something, again, I don't feel like a particular need to do anything. And if he taps out, I'm just going to win the game. Or try to. Tireless Tracker. Yeah. Into no lands. All right. Thassa's Oracle. Resolves. Demonic Consultation. Boom. All right. Turn 4 just because I wanted to play it safe. And up a game here. Do I want any of these things? No, I don't think so. I like my matchup with Luris here. All right, time for game 2. You know, I had the one game against Will that took longer than all the rest of my games put together. Let's reveal Luris. And yeah, I mean, I got to keep this hand. Nacho mulliganed. No, did not mulligan. Obviously, if I get Lotused here, I get Lotused. Let's see. Turn 1 Noble. I think I think I'm just going to play Island. I think Stern Scolding is going to be better than Inquisition here. And the reason why... Oh, by the way, Lethal Scheme's not on Magic Online, so I replaced it with Pylon. I don't remember if I said that earlier, but there we go. The reason why is if I Inquisition and he's got 2 different creatures, I'll be so much happier that I left up Scolding. And I think Inquisition's still going to be good next turn. The place I get punished is if he had like a land and then a 3-mana Planeswalker or something like that. Lotus Cobra, yeah. Definitely happy to Stern Scolding that. Oh, maybe he played Waterlogged Grove first because he had a fetch land or something. I don't know. We're about to find out because now I'm casting Inquisition here. This is a good dig through time hand. I think I just get Swamp here. I don't really need to get a triple blue. Inquisition you. Oko, Miscalculation, Portable Hole, Sully, Pride Mage. Let's just take Oko here. Certainly don't care about Portable Hole. And you can play Pride Mage. I can kill it. You can leave up Miscalc. I mean, if he doesn't have a land, he still probably has to just play the Pride Mage. You can't just do nothing. All right, and then land. Jace. Now I care about the Portable Hole. I could put Lurrus into hand. Let's just Frantic Search first, because I have some cards I don't mind discarding. Maybe I'll find the Oracle kill. I kind of did. Let's discard Jace. I think Baleful Mastery. Untap 3 lands, and then put Lurrus into hand. Actually, why don't I just cast Dig Through Time? What am I talking about? 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving Jace in the graveyard because of Lurrus. Frantic Search into Dig is pretty strong. Okay, there's Demonic Consultation. I definitely want that. And I think... Do I just want Swamp? I think just Swamp. And then I just need to play around Miscalculation here. Easy enough. What I'll probably do is go Swamp Go next turn. And then on upkeep, like pile on the Noble Hierarch. So there's 3 cards in hand, 1 card that is unknown. Mother of Runes. Well, I guess I'll just have to pile on now. There's no real reason to, because if I wait, the Mother of Runes just counters it. And I think I'll just kill the Noble. The Pride Mage is 3 damage, the Noble's just 1 damage, but I'm not really going to get outraced here. And I think killing the Mana Dork is going to be the best. It just restricts his plays a lot. All right. Graveyard. I don't think I need either of those. Because what I'm going to do next turn is just play Creeping Tar Pit and put Lurrus into my hand. Go to 12, and then I'll just, on 6, play... If I didn't have the Watery Grave, I might keep one of those lands. But they're both tap lands, too. They didn't really help. Okay, Lurrus into hand, Creeping Tar Pit, say go, and then Miscalculation can't beat the Oracle kill. And I think we've got a pretty clean little 3-0 here. Let's find out. Go to 9. It's got enough mana to do one thing, and then if this doesn't work, I might be able to try to Lurrus him to death, but I think that's going to be difficult. All right, land. Thassa's Oracle. Oh, could I have done this 1 turn sooner? I guess I actually could have. Cast Demonic Consultation. And see what's up here. I have the Tidebinder. There we go. 3-0. All right, well, that was a 3-0. That was a dub. My team managed to scrounge together the rest of the wins necessary. And yeah... Honestly, this deck was just really ridiculous. I did draw Consultant Oracle in my opening hand a lot. Like, I had one of those 2 cards, if not both, in my opening hand, like, way more than I drew, like, Fairy Mastermind or Duelist of the Mind, you know? Like, I just kept drawing those. But I also had 3 different tutors. I had Imperial Seal, Vampiric Tutor, Limdol's Vault. I never really Lurrused anyone, but it would have been a nice backup plan if the game had got to that point. Like, look at that last game against Nacho. Let's just say he had, like, countered, mana drained the Thassa's Oracle, or mana drained the Demonic Consultation, right? That's even the better one to do. I would have still, I think, been able to grind it out with Lurrus, replay Jace, he portable holes the Jace, you know, we play the game from there. But this deck was very consistent, very fast, had great mana, like Pluto Delta, Watery Grave, Dark Slick, Tar Pit. Was awesome. I never really got to Shelldock, unfortunately. The Jeweled Amulet really stood out that one game. And then the sideboard plan of siding out of Lurrus was actually pretty nice too, though I didn't get a chance to try Smirking Spelljacker. So, well, that was pretty busted. Too many more drafts like this, and I might, you know, Demonic Consultation might be back on the chopping block. But I do like having more combo in the cube, and I kind of been enjoying playing with that initiative. We'll probably end up varying what we do there. In any case, that'll do it for today. I appreciate you hanging out and watching me consult with the oracles. And I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. It's going to be a great one. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.